Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to this week's iCast, your freaking awesome replays. It is of course ICYFAR Monday, and the challenge for the last week was momentum. Players had to get on the ladder and attack their opponents at least once every 3 minutes of the game. They had to keep attacking, they had to keep going, and they had to keep that pace high. So I cannot wait to see what sort of games have come out. Honestly, just the thought of people constantly being forced out of their comfort zone and to get more interaction, well, that is what we love here in ICYFAR. It's not about high-level games, it's not about necessarily the cleanest games, but it is about the ones with the most possible interaction in the most unique situations. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, getting the matchup which I imagine this player enjoys. It is Protoss Hunter. And of course, facing off against a Protoss opponent in the top left, in the blue, it's Arax. Now, I always go into these with no idea of who's actually going to be playing the challenge. Most of the replays I get sent are ladder games where only one player is playing it. Occasionally, you'll see someone play a custom game where they're both doing the challenge versus each other. But I'm always curious to see how this comes out. Of course, the probe being annoying there, but ooh, the Drilly Boy's chasing it. Arax, what are you doing, mate? Oh, that SCV could have won that fight, I believe, but decided to run away. The probe is going to pull out and start regenerating those shields, but already just being nice and annoying. I do like the early probe across the map against Aaron. I feel like anything to disrupt them, throw them off their game a little bit can be nice. Of course, does have to get out of there and regenerate those shields again, as Protoss Hunter seems to have stabilized. Now, of course, if you want to get your replays in for the next week, we've already announced the new challenge. It's up, and it is I do what I want. So if you want to go on a drive-by shooting, go on a drive-by shooting. If your parents are trying to tell you to behave and do a macro build, tell them to piss off, do a proxy gate all-in. Pull your workers across the map. No, honestly, random references to very, very old, terrible Jerry Springer episodes and South Park episodes aside, the challenges, in fact, that pro finally goes down. What a dickhead. The challenge is basically ignore logic and use units at a point in the game when you're not really supposed to. So use an early game unit like a Reaper or like slow Zerglings or something, but use them in the late game. Use tempests in the early game. Basically, find a way to use your units at a point in the game where they wouldn't normally be used. Defy that standard logic and see if you can create some action for yourself. Oh, that Reaper gets in there, bounces the Stalker, so he does get out there with his life intact, and Arax going for the robotics. So in terms of, okay, you have to attack at least once every 3 minutes. Well, Protoss Hunter has just done a little dive with the Reaper, but Arax definitely did a pretty good probe assault, right? That probe was harassing. You can see there's a wounded SCV, there's another wounded SCV, there's another wounded SCV. So I'm going to count that as an attack from Arax, and I will count that Reaper as an attack as well, even though he hasn't sacrificed his life just yet. Oh, he's waiting. Look, the Nexus can't see him yet. Only now does it get its vision, and that's when he jumps up into the main. And he's going to see the Robo, see if he can pick off a probe as well. But 2 Stalkers hot in his tail. Oh, he wants to get out of there. You know what? He might actually be able to leave. There's a Stalker hot on his tail, though. And he's got to leave straight away. And he does. Gets on out of there. Cyclone coming in behind this. Marines, Starport on the way. Very quick 4 gases. So Protoss Hunter has something nasty in mind. Something very tech-heavy. And with 1 Cyclone already on the way, I'm just like, is it going to be mech? Are we going to see more factories? Are we going to see like Banshees or something? Already Starport with a tech lab means Banshees or Raven usually. More supply depots going down. This is a pretty high level game as well, by the way. Both players have hit their macro really quite nicely. The Robo's kind of late for the Protoss, but even then, going up to 4 gateways, like that's just, 4 gate Robo. Solid opening so far. A few gaps in probe production from the Protoss. And straight up to Colossus. Behind this, yes, another factory does go down. It is going to be mech. All right, our prayers have been answered. Mech TVP. It creates some really weird games. When you get mech versus Protoss, like Banshees are actually one of the most amazing units at taking out Protoss. If they don't have like oracles to detect them, you can kill the observers really quick with Cyclones, Widowmines, and Thors, and your Banshees can rain down death. There's a Warp Prism on the way. Reaper here has just, this is like his 3rd scout of the base. He sees everything once again, and finally those 3 Stalkers do leave him as a bloody red smear in the corner of that base on Submarine. First Observer's going to come on in here and have a little bit of a scout, and have a little bit of a look around. Sorry guys, just had to tab out for a moment there. We got a slight visual glitch because of that, of course. But all fixed now. So it looks like a gateway attack, but I don't know, man. Supply block, the Colossus can't build right now. Only a few, the Terrans actually had on workers. Oh, and look at that, the Raven comes out. Now the Raven's out of energy. Okay, does see this attack coming though. Third command center goes down, it's mighty exposed, but with tanks and bunkers already up, I don't think Arax can really find any ground here. Arax wants to do something. I really do think it was Arax who sent the replay in. But, I mean, what can you do? I guess the tank doesn't reach the whole mineral line. It only reaches around here. So you could drop Stalkers behind the base. You just have to drop them nice and far behind. Don't go in too close. Ooh, you're going just a little too close. Okay, does steer that off to the left. Oh, another Stalker walks in the front. It dies instantly. And these Stalkers, nicely done. Arax just picking off some SCVs, forcing them off the mining line. And he's going to drop up into the main. Banshees with Cloaker on the way, as are more tanks and Hellions. Uh-oh, there's a Cyclone here, though. Ooh, a quick pickup and a recall. And that Prism gets back to safety. So a nice little attack there from Arax. A little momentum, but honestly, I'd be worried if I was a Protoss fan right now, because Arax doesn't have a third base, has nothing to really build the power of those ground units, because the Twilight hasn't actually upgraded anything just yet, and seems to just be adding more and more gateways. The Gateway Warlock going to help keep out Hellion counterattacks, but the Banshee already flying in behind that mineral line. There's no observers on the map right now. The only observer died. That Banshee's going to get a lot of damage. Oh no, Alex is pulling the whole army back now. The probes are pulling away, but that Banshee already getting 2 kills and a lot of lost mining time. It's going to go up towards the main base, not confirming that many kills just yet. But look at that. You can see they're targeting it on those probes. Stalker's warping in. Banshee says, all right, let's just fly on out of here. Oh, I don't know if that's a good path. I think could have hit in the back, but it's kind of trying to cut an angle there. Wait, where's the observer? Oh, there it is. It's over behind the Colossus. I was like, what? They couldn't even see it. Ah, another Banshee's coming in. Still no cannons in these mineral lines. No mobile detectors. It's just that army, which is all running out front again. And another Banshee could come in a moment. Meanwhile, Protoss Hunter here is making hyperflight rotors. That's the Banshee speed upgrade. The only big problem for Protoss Hunters is taking a really weird expansion. This one's kind of stretched over. I guess you've got this cliff above it, but I feel like this one's much easier to defend with a narrow choke point coming into it. You see Protoss here posturing across the map. Banshee comes in, some Hellions driving across. Remember, there's only 2 factory mech right now. Raven needs to get out of there. Oh, Cyclone goes down. Oh, Arax walking into tank shots though. And that Banshee up to 5 kills. Look, there's Hellions here ready as well. They find those probes, which are all stacked up in the main base right now. They're all hanging out. And Arax is in trouble. Arax keeps trying to take the fight to the Terran, but the Terran's got the strongest defensive composition in the game, as well as some lovely mobile harassment units to go with it. And that really is how you play mech. The Observer once again gets left behind, and that Banshee gets out of there. 3 Hellions drive in, as does another Banshee flying on into this main base. The Hellions lure all of those Stalkers up. And these probes trying to get out to the third base, but there's another Banshee in the main. I think Arax is just done at this point. Arax is trying to take the fight to the opponent, but the defense just isn't there. Is achieving nothing on the other side of the map. Another 7-kill Banshee. You can see Arax wants to keep the momentum up, wants to keep attacking. That base is wide open, by the way. But he doesn't know about it. Arax doesn't know, he's looking to see. That expansion is not covered at all. Wow, could you be any luckier, Terran player? Hasn't even moved the tanks to the ledge to keep it safe. So Arax here, completely unbeknownst to the Protoss player, the Terran has got a third that's just wide out in the open, super undefended, is being mega greedy behind that, is building a command center and more starports. So this is going to be a very special sort of mech coming out of the Terran. He's dropping auto turrets to harass here. Looks like might even get that cannon. Oh, wow, even kills a cannon. Not bad. More Banshees coming in as well. So great harassment. But keep in mind, because there's no extra tech lab factories, if these tanks ever die, you can just die as the Terran player. Now that Banshee flies into cannons. That one flies into cannons. That Raven does. And it feels like Arax is finally able to defend 3 mineral lines. He's going to blink up into the main. And, I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe you could do something here. This Protoss army has got 33 probes behind it. You can barely reinforce. The Terran needs to move the whole army up, but the Terran's kind of just moving into this. He's trying to burrow Widow Mines on it. Oh, takes out the Prism with a mine. The tanks aren't moving. What is Protoss Hunter doing right now? Those Stalkers blink forward. Oh, and all the tanks on siege just as the Stalkers came into range. The SCVs, rather than running away, waiting for the tanks to fight. Protoss Hunter, you've got to siege up. If Protoss Hunter doesn't siege those tanks, Protoss Hunter's just going to die here. Oh, no. We are looking at the micro of a mech player here. Protoss Hunter is the name. And literally stutter steps unsiege tanks into Stalkers. One of the most bizarre and ridiculous choices I've ever seen anyone make. There's battlecruisers trying to make right now. If they get out, Arax is just dead. But the Stalkers blink down. They get that last tank, Protoss Hunter. If those 3 BCs get out, Arax is dead. Arax just has such a shit economy right now. That Banshee. Oh no, there's no observer here. Arax can't see that Banshee. Arax cannot see this Banshee. It's doing a lot of damage. It will run out of energy soon. But you know what? As long as this production survives, and there's 5 battlecruisers queued up right now, 3 building, 2 more after those ones, I think you're actually going to be okay here as Protoss Hunter, who's got a 4th command center up, a 5th one going up. Why are you building gases and turrets up there? You need production, mate. What are you doing? This Terran player has done some really high-level harass, some really high-level defense at some points, but now seems to be a little bit lost about this and popping up ECs to get out. One of them's going to go down if you don't teleport away. The Stalker's accidentally focus fired on the wrong battlecruiser. They're all shooting the starport right now. They're shooting the starport. They misclicked on that, not on the battlecruiser. Oh my god, a huge misclick from Arax. And I think Arax might just be done. I mean, there's more Stalkers coming. That's quite a lot, but there's a full bunker. The full bunker combining with the battlecruisers. Oh no, Arax is taking an awful engagement here. That Colossus needs to be shooting the SCVs, not the bunkers. So the Stalkers are going for the oh no, they're going to pull back. That bunker, wow, worth its weight in gold. That Colossus almost dies to a bunker. How often do you see that? And at the end of it, as long as you repair this production, you've still got 3 starports, 2 factories up, and I mean, this has been such a mass expand style, but with no production for Protoss Hunter. So few production facilities, but is now going mass starport. And this undefended base from earlier in the game finally does get found. There's only 1 battlecruiser out. It teleports into the main base, but it's fighting 2 cannons right now. Not a wise choice for Protoss Hunter. That battlecruiser will defeat both cannons, but it's going to lose all of its hit points in the process. What have we got out? Another battlecruiser's popped out. A few siege tanks, but they're up in the main base. There's so many bases that as long as Alex doesn't realize that there's so many bases in the corners, you can absolutely win as this red Terran player. And that battlecruiser there. Oh, the Stalkers. Oh, another battlecruiser. That's like the 3rd or 4th battlecruiser that's died, man. Oh, no. So this Protoss player, Arax, has 28 workers on one base, like 5 on the other. Has had to, of course, been running these probes where he's trying to put them back now. Meanwhile, Widow Mines are coming out here, which are very good at keeping you alive. Widow Mines are very good for stalling out the enemy attacks, especially if they don't have detection right there. But there's an observer nearby, so can see some of those. Oh, 2 battlecruisers teleport in here. And there's tanks in the production. I don't think you want to blink up there, Arax. Oh, these tanks are going to make mincemeat out of these Stalkers. Oh, the Stalkers, some of them getting trapped. These ones just, oh my god, running around like headless chickens. The battlecruisers just annihilating right now. They're going to start trying to take out some of this production, depowering that as well. I think at this point, you've pulled the army home, though. Protoss Hunter really should try to preserve these units. Protoss Hunter can just fly out of there and survive and be good, but those Stalkers, they're grouping up. They're getting ready to pounce. There's 17 Stalkers on this map. They may not have any upgrades, but neither do the battlecruisers. They'll have +1 soon, but it's not ready. And oh, ow, 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 ow. Oh, man. Ouch. All these battlecruisers go down. The Widow Mines, meanwhile, move up and shoot the Stalkers that were trapped on the ledge. Holy shit. I guess you just want to leave these tanks in the main all game now. But Protoss Hunter's just not actually defending any of the bases and isn't even building planetaries at them. This is some of the silliest Terran play I've ever seen. This Terran player is doing so many things. It's just a lot of them are utter silliness. Like, complete nonsense. Mass battlecruisers on the way is going for vehicle weapons after going for +1 ship weapons, rather than doubling down on the battlecruiser upgrades, which you think you'd do when you're building them 3 at a time. Soon to be 5 at a time even, right? There's 5 starports right here. This Terran player is an absolute psychopath. I gotta say, I don't want to run into this dude on the ladder. But we've got a few Hellions and a battlecruiser, and the answer, a good offense seems to be the only defense that Protoss Hunter has. Protoss Hunter just says, look, I'm just going to keep harassing you and keep expanding elsewhere. Oh, the tanks aren't siege, though. Once again, Protoss Hunter just A-moving unsieged tanks into Stalkers. This is not the way to do it. You've got to siege those tanks to take care of Stalkers. The SCVs are mass repairing and the buildings are distracting. Arax is completely not watching right now. Finally realizes what's happening and comes down and does take these siege tanks out, but not before losing quite a few Stalkers. Now, the main base is protected a little. What have we got here? A few Hellions. Oh, that base has 5 cannons in it. The battlecruiser is doing a lot of damage. Now, there is a mining base down here, so still lots of money going for Protoss Hunter. But this whole top side is getting smashed. I think the production should be probably safe if you can get a tank and a few battlecruisers out. I think with a bunker and the Widow Mines, probably okay. The Hellions could get on that high ground. They could kill a lot of these probes from inside the base, but you can see here Arax is going to pull home another command center and turret in the bottom left of the map. Protoss Hunter is absolutely insane. It's just mass expanding Terran, and Arax is just trying to micro these Blink Stalkers, but is limping along on such a fragile economy. We've got a Nexus up there. Now these Stalkers are thinking about coming down. Cannons are going to help defend here. Protoss Hunter really needs to get to the dead space. He's got to get out of there. Actually does teleport those battlecruisers to safety. Well done. So could definitely repair those. You're going to see, yep, battlecruisers being told to be repaired. The Drilly Boys all start to touch up the junk of the BC there. Just put a band-aid there on their undercarriage. Fix them right up. One Colossus with 28 kills and a whole pack of Stalkers coming forward. That's a lot of Widow Mines and tanks and a bunker. You ain't getting through that, Arax. Oh, scans to try to get the observers out of range. Pull these Widow Mines back. Alright, these Stalkers are going to just fight the Widow Mines, but they take a few tank shots. Ooh, battlecruiser. Oh, that battlecruiser goes down. And now swapping back into Mass Factory is Protoss Hunter, so it's going to be 3 Starport, 4 factories once those are up, but Arax not knowing about the bottom center. More Starports going up there, as well as here. Imagine if all the production was just in the main from the get-go, and all this gas wasn't being dumped out here. I feel like Protoss Hunter should have the easiest game of all time on their hands, with how much damage got done early. I mean, Protoss Hunter has been way ahead through the opening, but the follow-up has just been haphazard, right? Why are Vikings building right now? What? The problem is Stalkers, not the single Colossus. And yet for some reason Vikings are being built. I think Protoss Hunter may in fact just be trying to friggin' build weird unit comps. I don't even know. Arax is keeping the fighting going though, non-stop. I mean, yes, there's been counter harassment, but Arax is constantly pushing in, trying to deny these bases, and finding these 2 bases is going to be huge because Protoss Hunter has thrown so many resources away on all these expansions on the map, is already at a 3-2 inefficiency. And 2 battlecruisers once again blink across to try and counter, and says, well, if you kill my base, I'll blink over there. The problem is that the main base and the natural are going to mine out of minerals and gas eventually. And Protoss Hunter, I think, might even lose that command center this time around. That one is burning now as it dips below 500 hit points. The Stalkers blink forward and focus on it. And yes, we've got armor plating and more battlecruisers and Hellions on the way. Hellions are going to drive around the top. Oh, no. Oh, no. Protoss Hunter is about to... Okay, I think Protoss Hunter is going to need a change of undies after this one. There is 5 Blue Flame Aliens find an undefended expansion. But he's not watching. They attack Mover Pylon. Arax gets a massive warning and starts running. But, oh, he does realize. And Protoss Hunter's like, no. A big lineup of probes. But you know what? The Stalkers are here now. They try to block. But no, the Stalkers are attacking their own Nexus. Oh, no. Arax. Oh, my God. This is exactly what the Stalkers did earlier, where the Stalkers attacked the starport while the battlecruiser was there. Oh my God, all the probes died. The Stalkers almost did sick micro, but they accidentally did what's shit micro? I'm like, what's the opposite of sick micro? I don't know, shit micro? Florencio micro? Jesus. Oh, does save that Nexus, but you've got no probes now. And Protoss Hunter comes and builds a missile turret in the base. Oh, is this kid trolling? Why are you building Vikings and missile turrets in your opponent's base? I don't even... Finally builds a planetary at one of the expansions, and he's hiding this command center, trying to fly it over to the left as well. Stalkers are going to come over. Arax says, I got to keep the momentum up. Look, it's been the insane value of just killing 27 command centers. Yeah, that's right. What's died? 2 orbitals so far this game? Okay, so a lot of them have just flown away. Not that many have actually died, but that one's going to die. Ooh, an orbital does go down. 2 Vikings flying across the map for God knows why. I think they're queued to land in the mineral line. Bizarre. Battlecruisers are still building 3 at a time. They do have 1-1 upgrades up against the 0-0 of the Protoss. Arax now very slowly trying to recover. Now this battlecruiser teleports in and continues to work on this production. Right now there is only 4 gateways that are powered, and we see a lot of Stalkers are getting recalled here. So the Vikings are going to land on a base that just got recalled. Oh, you know what? They can kill the Nexus. The battlecruiser though, is Protoss Hunter actually going to just go to the edge of the map? Protoss Hunter, stop throwing battlecruisers away. I've never seen someone use the most efficient unit in the game so efficiently. The Vikings, though, do they get the Nexus? Oh! 10. It gets it the last shot. The last shot takes the Nexus out. And then, wait, the battlecruiser just flew back into that cannon and died. This is such a silly game. Oh, this is peak StarCraft, guys. This here is peak StarCraft. This is exactly what we want to be seeing in your ICYFAR submissions. Arax should have been dead like 10 minutes ago, but this Terran is trying to only win in the silliest ways possible. Oh man, these battlecruisers flying around. Oh, the Stalker's coming over. One battlecruiser does fall. The Widow Mines, I think they killed that Colossus. The Colossus, did it die? No, it walked away. 31 kills. Arax here is gonna blink under. Get out of there. Okay, that battle, but he blinks right there. Okay, is this Florencio? Is Protoss Hunter Florencio? He keeps doing Florencio blinks, but he's not making planetary, so it can't be, unless it's like the new evolution of Florencio. He's just trying to win in the silliest way possible. So the battlecruiser's gonna fly up here. The Stalker's there, and oh no, the cannons aren't done. Once again, Protoss Hunter not microing though. All the Hellions are stuck behind each other. They're not shooting very effectively, and all the probes get a chance to leave again. Oh my lord, I cannot believe that's actually working. Now the Hellions are gonna take out the cannons. Hellions might not be good versus cannons, but they do something. And a few of those Hellions will be going down. That battlecruiser wants to come back in here, but these cannons guarding this mineral line. They're guarding it. Hellions over there fighting Stalkers. Not a good idea unless you outnumber those Stalkers 3 to 1. Uh-oh, Protoss Hunter, what are you doing? Oh my god. Runs them away and then just walks them back in to their death. Get this command center. Okay, the SCVs are running. There's, for some reason, 6 Widow Mines and 2 tanks just sitting in the middle of this map. For God knows why. We've got random Marines coming in for an attack as well. Why has that not lifted off? I do not know. Protoss Hunter has finally realized if you're going to take a really shit third, you might as well put a tank on the cliff above it. But it could have been over there shelling this whole time. Another command center dies. This is literally a textbook example of how to throw away advantageous situations. And it's also a textbook explanation of why you fight hard from behind even when your economy's way down, because Arax efficiency is still just out of this world, and Protoss Hunter continues to let expensive units go down. Another battlecruiser falls right there. This one does get away for now. These Marines aren't going to do much. The Widow Mines are trying to walk forward here. I don't know if there's only one observer on the map. Ooh, good Widow Mine shot. I think that observer's on the other side. Indeed it is. It's set up over here. This base is really the game ender, I think, for Arax. Oh, 2 tanks just walk into that army. Wait. Is the production undefended? The production's been left undefended pretty much. Uh-oh, Protoss Hunter. Protoss Hunter needs to get back down here. There's a tank there, but oh no. Uh-oh, I mean, there's some Widow Mines. That tank will do a bit of shelling. Okay. Oh man, this is so weird. Widow Mine's going to try to run into this base. This base is mining though. Arax does have money coming in. Oh, a few Widow Mine shots do get off. But there's nothing defending the main. Battlecruiser goes in there, but it's going to fight 3 cannons. Oh, that's not going to go well. I mean, it's only going to fight 2 at once, but the Widow Mines die before they can fire. 1 cannon goes down. And the battlecruiser here, it's fighting the Stalkers, but that cannon is doing so much damage to it. Dude, has Protoss Hunter found a way to lose this game? Protoss Hunter has actually found a way to lose this game because the production's being breached, and that's where your units that are popping go down. I don't know why those tanks moved out from home. Oh no! How could you? Arax is actually alive. 26 probes mining minerals. Is trying to rebuild a forge just to make cannons, and is killing all the production with the Stalkers. Look at this. They're blinking down. They're fighting. They're microing. Has left the Colossus in there to slowly pick at the buildings. Stalker down there as well. All these add-ons, all these production. It's all dying. Protoss Hunter has money right now. It has Yamato. Oh, dude, if these battlecruisers actually... Oh, Widow Mines! Widow Mines! Oh, none of them get to fire the Stalker's recall. If these battlecruisers survive and are just really patiently Yamatoing, they can win a game. Oh, 1 Widow Mine, 2 Widow Mines. Nicely done there, but you got to get out of there, Protoss Hunter. You cannot get blinked on by those Stalkers. Look at this. Another Nexus goes down. Arax is like, hey, buddy, I got another Nexus. Protoss Hunter, you can't lose your battlecruisers. You've got nothing to look at right now. Oh, thank the Lord, finally. Protoss Hunter actually does something with it. And now leave. Now go home. Go home with those. Don't leave them there. Leave. Run. Is now making 2-2. I love how someone can go 5 port, 7 starport battlecruiser, make +1 vehicle weapons. Then 10 minutes later, when they've got no money left and no resources, they start making 2-2. Protoss Hunter. What is this? Don't. If he loses these battle cruisers. Oh, okay. Does steer into the dead space. Okay, there's Widow Mines there. More starports are trying to build, but they're not protected at all. I mean, this command center is going to drop a ton of mules over there. How much gas is left on this base? Okay, about 2,500. And these gases are only mining with one worker, sadly. But there's planetaries up at them, so it's going to be kind of hard for the opponent to take out. Those Widow Mines just took out a few of these probes. If you just build a pylon somewhere here and power the cannons, Arax's base will be safe. Widow Mine's trying to continue the harassment here. But remember, there's so many cannons on that base. I don't think you can be taking it out. The battle cruisers, though, they can come in and kill this base and continue to counter punish, which is going to be very useful. That Colossus on 36 kills. Some of these Stalkers are in the double digits. Most of them still single digits. A lot of 5s, 7s, 9s, 6s, 4s. Uh-oh, battle cruiser pops out just before the port goes down. Run, run, run. Oh, and instantly teleports it into a base because that's what you do when your name's Protoss Hunter. Am I right or am I right? That Widow Mine takes out a probe, splashes the battle cruiser. The battle cruiser does deny this base. These two fly over that one, cancel it. They're going to come in and start hitting this last base. This planetary will not go down easy. It's going to take out a couple of Stalkers at least. There's no repair though. Oh, if there was a bit of a repair and stuff, might be better. The battle cruiser's doing damage though. Recall is ready. You've got to be careful with these battle cruisers. They've flown into the middle. They're fighting all the cannons at once. I don't know if that's the right way to do things. As, oh, they now do a couple of Yamatos on the pylons. The army is now running on back. Oh, big recall. Big recall. Bunch of Stalkers. You got to get out of there, Protoss Hunter. Oh, no. He's clicked on the Nexus. Every unit's sacred. Every unit's sacred. Oh, doesn't get it. Okay, this base should die, but if you lose both battle cruisers, I don't know if that's okay. Teleports out of there. Well done. Where did they teleport to? Right above the mineral line. We've got more starports going up there. Planetary going up there. You know what? Protoss Hunter's ability to re-expand, like I said, is just absolutely obscene. Like, Protoss Hunter's macro in the midst of everything else has been incredible. Just constantly re-expanding. You cannot keep these expansions down. They're just going all along the edges of the map. There's no way Arax can keep up with it. It's just non-stop. And 2-2 just finished and now 3-3 starts. So Protoss Hunter's actually going to be making just insane battle cruisers. Already at 1-1, the BCs were a problem. At 2-2, Stalkers are going to struggle. Each battle cruiser has 5 armor. That means the Stalkers' damage is going to go down to 13 a shot. And when you've got 550 hit points, it takes a lot of 13 damage particle disruptors to actually take a battle cruiser down. What a sissy name for an ability, by the way, an attack. Particle disruptors. God, that sounds lame. These Widow Mines still denying over here. This probe's gonna go, I just want to return minerals. Stalkers are going across the map. They once again find an undefended expansion. Battle cruisers are sneaking their way down the right side of the map. The only 2 battle cruisers out on the map. There's 4 Widow Mines, 2 BCs right now. Protoss Hunter is going to lose this command center. It's going to try and fly north just to lure the opponent away from these 2 battle cruisers. But 2 battle cruisers is going to be good. Another Widow Mine strike there. It does take out a Stalker. And the battle cruisers here. Wait, why are they blinking? They could fight that. And they blink on top of the cannons one more time. Protoss Hunter was so far ahead in this game, and it's crazy because you can see there's some advanced micro going on. It's incredible that so many battle cruisers were allowed to die this game. And look at this, they're standing their ground and just smashing these Stalkers. Those 2-2 upgrades are just too much. 8 Stalkers left. They're going to blink on and try to take out these BCs, but they're going to take massive damage doing it. The battle cruisers withdraw, and that is spectacular play. Protoss Hunter now finally calms this game down and starts actually being efficient with it. These 2 battle cruisers should be untouchable. The Stalkers blink underneath, and no tactical jump available, but look at that. Almost all the Stalkers are gone. And with that, I think Arax has just not quite been able to break the opponent. Protoss Hunter here, the Reaper in the early game, then there was Banshees, Raven, Hellion run-bys, and from then non-stop battle cruisers. Every time the opponent attacked, battle cruisers teleported into the mineral lines. It's a powerful way to play. The non-stop expansions along the edge of the map as well. Like, holy shit. This has got to feel awful to play against as Arax, but Arax did the best they could. That one Colossus, 46 kills, an absolute veteran trying to carry the Protoss back into this game. But 3-3 now kicks in. These are the best battle cruisers you can get. Air-to-surface battery does 11 damage a shot and fires once every 0.16 seconds. So basically, that's more than 6 times a second. Just over 6 times a second this fires, which means it does about 70 DPS. About 70 damage per second. So the battlecruiser, incredibly high damage with these 3-3 upgrades. Protoss with no upgrades at all is trying to repro. How is this game still going? Protoss is still splitting a few units across for a counterattack, finding undefended bases, which seems to be Protoss Hunter's namesake. This undefended base. Remember if Protoss Hunter had just like taken this third and put tanks on the high ground, or with the third that did get taken, put tanks here and just lifted it off and pulled it back a bit. Could have kept so many more command centers and workers alive this game. But it's the fact that like was always just a little awkward with that early game production because we're so busy flying Banshees and Ravens and Hellions into every base. And Alex broke the production one time, didn't quite finish it off, and then broke it a second time like 10 minutes later. And that's what actually made this game close. Oh, and look at this though. 2-pronged. 3 battlecruisers on either side. There's not enough stalkers to even fight one of these, let alone 3 at a time. Look at the damage output. And Protoss Hunter flying through those mineral lines and absolutely devastating. That's what I call some goddamn momentum. Hot damn. Let's go into the next map. All right. Straight into map number 2 here of the Momentum Challenge. And up here in the top left-hand side of the map, it's Snezny Muzik. Ah, good Snezny music. I like it. Music? Sexy music? Snezny Muzik? It's the red Zerg player. Down here at the bottom right, in the blue, the Terran player. It's Shades. Not a bad name, Shades. Quite like that. Simple. Elegant. And it's going to be a depot first there for Shades. Going to be looking like a barracks cast. Very standard opening for Terran. Meanwhile, the Zerg player opting for that 16 snatchery. There we go. Very nice. 16 hatchery for Snezny Music. And it's going to just add a few more drones. Probably do an 18 gas, 17 pool, I would imagine. Indeed. Looks like it. And look at that. Shades pulling onto gas immediately. Not wasting any time. Whoa. How high level is this? Even pulled a worker to the inside of the assimilator to make sure it mined as quickly as possible, so it didn't pop in and then pop out on the side of the assimilator. That's an advanced thing. Are we getting another high-level game here? That last one, a bit of a shit show. I think at the end, I feel like probably a diamond one with just uncharacteristic mistakes. I don't know. That's my gamble. That's my guess. But this one looking really tight in the opening so far. You know, you can just see little details popping up. Things like this, you know, spawning pools control grouped. Hatcheries, interestingly, have separate control groups as well as a combined one. Terran's got 2 command centers there. Barracks on a control groups. Natural SCV is control grouped, as is the scouting SCV queued up. Yeah, this is looking like Masters or GM play for sure in this replay. Let's check the APM tab. And ooh, yeah, this is looking like some real high-level play. Both players clocking in at actually almost 300 APM for the Terran. What is this Terran player clicking on? Oh my god, someone's spamming. Let's go to the Terran's camera and get dizzy, shall we? Look at that, it's just like spamming around these lower in depots. Reaper comes in. Oh, hey dickhead, do you want to play? The drone's like, oh, nice spore trick from Snezzy, actually. This is awesome. Let's go back to everyone's camera. These Zerglings out a little slow. That Reaper already forcing 2 tricks. Can he get a drone? Oh, he gets it! A drone kill and 2 spore tricks? Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's a lot of money wasted for the Zerg. A lot of mining time lost as well. He's going to come back in looking for more. Oh, you greedy Reaper. It gets a kill as well. Will sacrifice his life for it, but I'll tell you, dude, that's some pretty good early damage. That slows the Zerg down. Snezzy Music got to be annoyed at that. And Shades here doing some true try-hard micro. I like it. Look at that. Factory's waiting. As soon as the reactor finishes, lands on it, starts Hellion production. Holy shit, guys. We're watching some really high-level play. I feel like I got submitted a replay from some pro gamers off racing or something. I'm like, what is this? This is really tight, man. Well, Zerg's getting a 3rd queen. No creep just yet. Was that a 2nd round of inject before even getting creep? Maybe. Link speed is on the way. Still got 1 worker on gas. Nice quick 3rd hatchery, of course. It's already almost finished. First 2 Hellions are coming out on the map. Now, what do we see as the next step from the Terran, I wonder? Remember, this is the momentum challenge. Players are meant to attack every 3 minutes, and the Terrans already attacked. The Zerg here coming in just after 4 minutes and going, it's an attack. I'll bring the momentum so fast you can't even handle it. Hey, gets 2 hits on a Hellion. That's like, honestly, that's like basically scoring 100 points in any sport. That's getting a special trophy. That's getting a special trophy, that is, that Zergling. Posthumous, unfortunately, but there we go. Does take out a drone, forces a spore trick as well. This Hellion's doing a good job. A Lib is coming out behind us and a nice early stim. That command center, look at that, just hits 400 minerals. And boom, as the Hellions leave, the command center goes down in the wall. And that is not a full wall, of course. There's a opening there, needs another depot there with the double overlap. But uh-oh, the Zergling's getting ready. And look at this. Oh, Snezzy Music gets a Hellion and distracts, and now those other Lings could run in at the natural. That natural's not finished walling off. Those Lings could cause a lot of havoc. That being said, Spores just started, and the Liberator is already flying in towards that main base. It's already preparing for it. These Lings gonna find it. No, the wall goes down just in time. Well done by Shades, but the Lings nonetheless being useful. The Hellions there do roast a few Lings, bit of a skirmish, both sides backing away. Liberator in the main base comes forward and sieges up, and oh, spots the Spore and adjusts. Holy crap, what sort of APM is this? This Terran player is so fast. The Hellions come back and defend the wall. That SCV barely survived, puts another SCV on the command center, and micros the Liberator away from the Spore Crawler. Wow, Shades is fast, guys. That being said, nothing to take. Can't take anything away from the Zerg. Snezzy Music here is bringing a big pack of Queens down. Oh, the Queens trying to wedge their way forwards. No transfuse. Wasn't available. Just got the energy. And a little slow on that transfuse. Does lose 2 Queens there. So I think that Liberator pays for itself. Oh, and the Hellions came in the third at the same time, bringing it up to 12 total workers killed. And that Hellion, does a nice little roasty toast as well. Says hello. A few more shots off on those Lings. Doesn't confirm too many kills. And that does cede map control to the opponent, but let's take a look back at home. You can see Shades here. He's got a bit of macro to catch up on. Things like the orbital, putting workers on the gases, kind of dropping some mules there. But behind it, up to 5 racks. Stim's done. Shields and 1-1 will be finished in about a minute and a half. And you've already got a whole big ball of Marines and Medevacs joining up. So even though you've given up all your Hellion and Lib map control, you're ready for the next stage. You can push out and get that next stage of map control going. And already, yeah, look at that. 11 Marines going across the map with Stim. They're going to start cleaning up Overlords, pushing the creep back, all sorts of stuff. And Snezzy here, only now getting into that 4th hatchery. The double upgrades a little bit later for the Zerg, as is the Lair and the Baneling Nest. Not a bad setup overall, but definitely not the advantage or the position you'd quite want, I should say, as a Zerg player. The Terran here is coming forward. Plenty of Zerglings. They should be able to defend that just barely. Only a single Marine goes down. Nice hot pickup by Shades. Spreading that creep out now is Snezzy Music. Still has the Pervert on the pillar. Shades taken a long time to move the 3rd out. I think that's got to be something critical of here. There's enough workers to fully saturate a 3rd, but Shades is taking forever to move out. So a really fast early game from Shades, turning into a much slower next step of the game. Oh, Lings run in as well, just as the transfer is trying to happen. And those SCVs fighting without Marine support. It's only 5 Lings. You can fight that with SCVs, but Shades was so quick in the early game. But you can see now that the Zerg's putting a bit of pressure on and that it's not as well defined as the beginnings, it's getting harder and harder. And look at that. Sneaky Bane's morphing that Pervert on the pillar. You've got to send your Medevacs past your natural to clear that up as soon as they pop out. That's exactly why people love to do that. That's a big problem. 1-1 finishes. The armory's on the way, but look at that. Oh no, it's the Walk of Doom! It's the Walk of Doom! 4 bubbly boys come in and they say, I would like a lot of lava virgins, please. Meanwhile, Abatha's like, lol, I lied to you, dummies. They do get 12 worker kills in total there. So, bringing it up to 12, I should say. They got a couple on the previous round. Not bad. But didn't quite sync their shots up. Does take 2 Banelings to kill an SCV, so you gotta make sure they blow up in pairs. Marines and tanks on the south. Gonna try and trade. That's so many Lings. But Snezzy gets baited to the left. Snezzy with awful micro. Oh no! Snezzy had an overwhelming army there. If the Lings just went and surrounded all the Marines and tanks, but like 2 Marines stimmed to the left and 80% of the Lings chased after 2 Marines. Snezzy, oh my god, had just set up a good position. I thought was about to get back in control of this game. And suddenly, no. Oh, no, more banelings coming. Okay, Shade's ready that time. Shade says, fool me once, shame on me. But not a second time. D-bag cleans that one up, goes back to mining. Has a pretty big army. This army, though, looking really small out of the map right now. So Shades really needs to join everything back up. 2-2's now on the way. Both neck and neck in those upgrades. So the upgrade deficit that the Zerg had earlier is no longer there. A Spire and an Infestation Pit finished. Going to give some options to the Zerg. But the Zerg has definitely stalled out on just 3 base economy for a while. It's trying to take a new 4th and 5th base. Finally, the pervert above the natural goes down. Uh-oh, 3rd base might be in trouble. It's a lot of Ling Bane coming forward. Oh, tries to pick up to run. I don't know. Get those SCVs out of there. Ooh, a lot of the Banelings actually blew up on depots, but then they do confirm a few more kills, up to 18 total workers killed. And as I say that, I realized that it's a red killed workers. I was looking at the 12 before for the Banelings, but it actually wasn't that, was it? So they're up to 18 SCVs killed this game, and it's, oh man. Why is that depot never up? These are the depots that are down. Oh no! The Banelings come in and get some big hits. Surrounds a bunch of Marines at the front first, so it was a distraction. No, you're kidding me. No! The SCVs are just taking them into an even bigger, juicier clump. Oh, these Banelings, okay, they don't get as big a money hit as I thought they might, but still, dude, up to 40 workers killed. Snazzy music is just queuing in run-bys. I can tell that Shade's so all over it in the early game is slowed right down in the momentum. Shade's really, you can tell, needs to have, like, drop split off running around the map, clearing units out, right? Needs to be doing something to pull the Zerg's attention away, and finally, we see that. 16 Marines, or 14 Marines, sorry, and 2 medevacs. Gonna find these Zerglings, gonna pressure that bottom. The rest of the army is up there covering the other side, gonna move out to a 4th base. And this should be okay for Shades, because even though you lost all those SCVs, as long as you rebuild them, which is happening right now, your opponent was on a 3 base economy for a long time. Yes, they've got a 4th up now, and a 5th, and so on. You can just, oh, if you can not take damage. Ow, oh no. Oh my god, that was a big Widow Mine shot. That Widow Mine just killed 23 Zerglings. The Banelings are not finding the SCVs as well. Oh, finally gets a few of them. Oh my lord. And that base on the top, got to be careful here. The Zerg player is just going full ham, attacking from every side. And the thing is, you're killing the Terran's economy, which is good, but you do have to be wary of the counterattack. That is something which is actually a danger here. That Widow Mine, of course, lower priority as it wasn't burrowed, so the Zerglings go right past it. Don't get the kill they could have. And these Marines are going to actually kill that hatch if they click on it. Oh, doesn't want to lose the Marines there. Fair enough. Hey, it'll be a good target for the next time. 4th base is there, though. Still no planetary. 44 SCVs to 74. The Zerg down 30 army supply. But all the Zerg needs to do is stall this out. Oh, not a great Widow Mine shot. Surprisingly, it shot right up against the edge rather than into the middle of them. So Shade's not quite finding the money, but look at this. A big push on the top. 3 tanks, couple Marauders, a ton of Marines, 1 Widow Mine. It's going to have pushes on both sides of the map, and this is where Terran starts to thrive as the planetary goes up behind this 47 SCVs. Equal upgrades on both sides. And you can see the Zerg here under threat, under pressure. The bio on the south, it's not a big push, but it forces the Zerg to split the units off, trying to bait them into that Widow Mine constantly. And this is a scary army on the north. Just how far back does this Terran force goes? We can see it, but Snezzy can't. Snezzy's going to lose the 4th on the top. The 5th on the south is looking very damaged, and he's just trying to build more Ling Bane, trying to make an Ultra Cavern. Shades has somehow managed to just stick this together after a really rough and awkward start. 2 Mutalisks, what the hell? 2 Mutalisks? So random. Snezzy, for some reason, has 2 Mutas and is microing them. Ooh, those Widow Mines get some decent hits. A bunch of the bio goes down. If only there's bio, it clicks the hatch. Finally, that hatch should go down. There we go. Save some of these units. A few Widow Mines still left there for use later on. Uh-oh, big Zergling run by. There's not many units at home right now. I think they all went up to the right to kill the Mutas. No, maybe the Mutas ran into the rally. I'm not sure. Looks like the Mutas flew off to the edge of the map, in fact. Still only at 54 workers is our Terran player. Does not have a lot of renewability here. And it's going to have to be very, very careful. Those Mutas fly back in, but there's a missile turret ready. And look at that Mule Hammer. Let's watch that income tab just go absolutely crazy. Look at that blue Terran income. Those Mutas finally going down. Uh-oh. A giant engage on the top. A Widow Mine hits. It does friendly fire quite a few of the Marines, though. These Widow Mines not getting the shots the Terran player wanted. Nice spready, though. Look at that. Says, I did gymnastics, man. I know how to do the splits. Snezzy is not able to fully clear the push, and that's a problem. There's another army on the south. If that went in right now, there's no units. Okay, they're just popping out. I think Snezzy might actually be overwhelmed, though. These last few trades have just gone so far in the Terran favor. 7,000 resources lost. Extra for the Zerg. That's a bad mistake for the Zerg. Not taking good fights in this game at all. I think it all started with that push on the south, where Snezzy could have saved the 4th base, but was shocked, was surprised, and took an awful engagement. Well, there's still Widow Mines all over this shop, causing problems. Snezzy's finally going to clear those up. Got the bottom left 10 workers, 13 workers there on the right. The Marauders drop, take out a few tumors, and the Zerglings do finally clear that up. But you know what? Shades has finally got the macro back on point. Look at that. Up to 8 barracks finally, getting the full 3 base production. Hasn't started 3-3, has not found the money for that, but there we go. As I say it, 3-3 starts up. 2 more command centers. We've got an army on the north, and this little squad on the south is just going to keep pushing both sides of this map. A Baneling drop getting ready. That's cool. An Ultraling Bane starting to mass on out for the Zerg, who's rebuilt to 86 workers. So both sides took a bit of a breather and came back with an even bigger economy. That drop gets shot down by the Corruptors. Base in the north is going to go down. I actually worry that the Ultras are going to cause big trouble because there's no tech labs on these barracks just yet. There's not that much Marauder production. And I think Shades has done a good job of keeping the opponent's base count low, and now needs to get home and actually just get the production up, get the Marauders out, maybe get a few Vikings to deal with the Corruptors or Liberators to deal with the Ultras. Look at that. The army on the north, you can tell that Snezzy wants to jump on that. Ooh, big Baneling hit on those Widow Mines. No +3 carapace, but there is +3 melee as well as chitinous plating, giving those Ultralisks an extra 2 armor. Ooh, a few big Widow Mine hits. Another big Widow Mine hit. But getting flanked here is the Terran. And, oh, Overseer goes down, but ow. He's going to try and boost back to safety. Quite a few units are in that. And instead of defending, instead of pulling back to consolidate and try to overwhelm this, you can see that Shades is just trying to pull home, but a full medevac with Marines in it goes down. These units are going to dive on in. And it looks like Snezzy not going for the wide open base there. Wants to go and defend. So well done by Shades, pulling the opponent's attention around. And you can see, even though there's a lot of Widow Mines, they're not actually really finding the mark just yet. A lot of them aren't even burrowed. Ooh. Oh, a few decent mine hits. The Corruptors ran in and died, by the way. All the Corruptors just ran in here and died. A big mistake from Snezzy. Loses all that anti-air, but he's up on 88 drones. If Snezzy can just move these workers from these oversaturated bases up to this one, secure another base will be good. The problem Snezzy has had is that there's no like Zergling Overseer squad out there that's like splitting off to deal with all these Widow Mines, and so it's just creating problems. Shades accidentally built a random Hellion, is going to fly that, or drive that I should say, into the base, but Zerglings pop out at the right time. Does go down. Widow Mines continue to pick off a few units here and there. Remember, there's just not that much Marauder production. Finally, there's more tech labs up at home. The Shades has not held down the Marauder button as much as is needed. Ultra Baneling, Marauders are the answer. Super tanky versus the Banelings and super good at gunning down those Ultras. 4 Marauders at a time now building, but Pathogen Glands. Zerg is not going to just stay on crappy Ultraling Bane. It's going to add Infestors, which are game changers against this army. Snezzy has this top base up and a great job respreading creep through the middle of the map. The momentum has been shifting back and forth. I feel like Shades lost a bit of momentum in the early mid-game, then grabbed it back. But now at this point, I feel like Snezzy with the creep respread, with these bases being established, you can tell is just waiting for the right engagement. And as Pathogen Glands, Adrenal kicks in, +3 Carapace, going to kick in and close the upgrade gap. A new expansion on the north. All of these things look good for Snezzy, who's standing poised to assert control of this game. It's just bio-mine, so it's all about the micro and how the engagements come about. Now, this could go very well or very bad for Shades. That's almost pure Baneling, and they broadside the army, but Shades is watching. Shades not surprised, and a lot of these Banelings do go down. Some of them do connect. A lot of that bio gets surrounded there, pressed up against the wall. The Ling Bane will overwhelm. That base is not going to be able to establish. On the top, though, Shade's whole army was not there. This is part of Shade's army running in. Ooh, lifts the command center and saves it at home. Oh, these Zerglings doing well. One Ultralisk falls. Can you hold on against the other Ultralisk? It looks like the answer is yes. Manages to hold on, so defends the south and takes out a base on the north as well. Shade's pushing in. Oh, Snezzy has not been able to take the fights that are wanted. And that Widow Mine, yeah, one of them hits a lot of drones. One of them hits a few Zerglings. It does not get any friendly fire. So Snezzy there, I think, was hoping for friendly fire on the bio. Didn't really manage to get it. And more bio coming forward on the south. 5 more Corruptors on the way as well. This is just a legit action-packed, awesome game. Both players above 300 APM here, 20 minutes in. Marines and Marauders starting to push forward on the south. You can take out just one more base. Snezzy's not going to be able to bounce back. You might have a good drone count, but you've just got nowhere to mine from. That base goes down. These Widow Mines are firing. The drones are starting to fall. And it feels like Snezzy here just unable to keep up with these pushes, with this army in the latter stages, is going to get overwhelmed. I think those Banelings and that big ball on the high ground are just a bit too wasteful. I would have loved to see Snezzy doing more of those run-bys, denying the bases, running a squad of Ultra Bane in and killing some planetaries, a few more Zerglings on the undefended base and the natural. But I think the moment Snezzy kind of just embraced the frontal fight, it was a big problem. It got more and more inefficient, and flying Corruptors across the map, I think it seems like a good idea, but if nothing else is happening, it really is not. You've just got to get those out of there. They're so important for defending drops. And for when a fight happens, they're going to start killing the medevacs while the fight's going on. 2 Infestors are going to be coming out. As I said, they could still be big game changers. Zerg's going to have enough time to remax here. Feels like Shades is dawdling a little bit, but has now split the army into 2 chunks. Ooh, gets a couple of these Corruptors on the north. Nice. Dude, this creep looks kind of good. Gonna scan and try to kill it, but you can see there's just so much of it. It dents the creep. It doesn't really put a huge hole in it. And these drones going to try and run away from this base. The army moves to the south, but Snezzy needs to move that Infestor around. If you don't get over there for the fungal, it ain't going to work out. One Ultralisk has already gone down. The fungal on the high ground. A big fungal lands. Most of the medevacs, as well as a bunch of the bio, gets caught by that. And, ooh, some of the bio will pick up and save, though. 3 medevacs worth. The Corruptors are going to say, nah. They managed to take out one of the full medevacs, but that's not all. Shades pushes in on the north again, and it feels like Snezzy here trying to do some cool moves. It's just not enough. The Ultras are getting gunned down. Shades has the numbers, has the map. And we are seeing a power-overwhelming momentum style of Terran vs. Zerg, which, honestly, it's been so cool to see this evolution in the last 6 months, where Terrans have realized that if you get a crazy big economy and you just keep attacking with biomine in many different areas, it's very hard for Ling Bane to not just be super inefficient. And you can see that in the units lost tab in this game. 13,000 resource advantage for the Terran player. The Zerg just way inefficient. Does catch this bio army, not in the greatest position. Should definitely move it behind the planetary, I feel. Other bio and mines move into the Ultras as well. Oh no. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Snezzy here with a big play, jumps on through, and the Ultras are taking out the planetary in the south. I think they can get the planetary in the north as well. Banelings clip that mineral line. 2 planetaries going down. Oh my god. Just when I thought Terran had it in the bag through that efficiency, just catches the army broadsided by the Ultras. The rally walks through the Ultras. A fungal lands. The Ultras smash that as well. Oh my god, dude, you gotta worry about not saving this base. You gotta worry about your expansion, your production. Marines and Marauders over here. Take out one more base. Snezzy's out of money. Snezzy has only long distance mining right now. He's coming home to try and defend. But I think this drop in the south, taking these couple of hatcheries out, should be the winning move. Can you beat those 3 Ultras? Very bruised. Oh, saves some of the units. Unfortunately, only loads into 1 medevac. It does pick up and boost out of there. Still has a base mining a little bit there and a full base there. So as much as losing these top bases did hurt Shades, I think Shades will be okay with that. The Overseer morphs, but no, you've got to clean up these Widow Mines. It's been a problem for Snezzy all game long. He's just leaving Widow Mines to fire time and again. Finally, goes back there and takes them out just before they cool down. All right, these units pushing forward through the middle of the map. On the north, we've got Biomine up there. A whole lot of mines. So many mines this game from Shades. A few Banelings going to try and find the non-planetary mineral line, but even notices it while sniping a base in the north. And you can see here, Snezzy is just getting pushed out of this game. It's unable to rally at this point. Just has lost too much creep, has lost too many units, and never had those force multipliers. Never had a big Ling Bane flank or a big Infestor fungal when there was a big army. Whenever there was a big army, it felt like Snezzy took very average to bad fights, and then fought really hard once was down and behind. But if that sort of doggedness and attention to detail to the engagements happened earlier, when there was a big army, I think Snezzy would have had a much better chance of fighting back in this game. These Widow Mines just continue to pick off drones as they go to the north. It's an absolute field of Terran dreams. As more Biomine walks over here, you can see here the Ultra is going to start to take this out. But look at that. A lot of Marine Marauder coming on in. That's 9 Marauders. Oh, the Fungal. Holy crap, that was a sick Fungal. It's just the Ultras are already so bruised that even there with a sick Fungal, you're going to lose almost all your Ultras, clearing up what is only one half of the Terran army. The other half, as always, is stimming through the other side of the map and simply gunning down everything the Zerg has. There's just mass bio attacking in multiple sides at one style. Innovation was the first one I saw triumphing it, and a lot of the Zergs were struggling against it. I remember Scarlet and two of the players back in, I think it was season 1 of last year. Maybe season 2, but one of those earlier seasons, they ran into it and they were struggling so hard because once he got these Marine Marauder mine pushes on both sides of the map and he's got 4 bases, even if they managed to eventually get a good fight together, it took them so much APM attention time in 2 different areas, 2 extreme flanks of the map. And behind it, Innovation would have 2 more bases down. And he was just always, a new army was always there, and then a new army. And it just felt like this unstoppable parade of Terran, which Cyril barely managed to hang on against, and Scarlet was eliminated by. Ooh, these Widow Mines, man. Oh, damn, they're so devastating. And look at the way Shades has done this, pushing from multiple sides. Infesta pops up from Burrow, drops a nice Fungal. Once again, Snezzy here. When you get to the small unit counts, Snezzy seems to be an absolute legend at landing those efficient trades. But god damn if it isn't nasty up to that point. 14,000 resource lost advantage for Shades there. A beautiful, beautiful Biomine style. And what a game in general. That was just an awesome back and forth match. 17 Ultras with only 2 Infestors going down in that game. I think the Infestor support came in a little bit late, but a few too many sloppy engagements before that point. Wow, this momentum challenge is legitimately insane. Let's go straight into map 3 and see what it's got in store for us. Okie doke, and the game spawns me in with my camera starting on a player whose name is Slappy Farts. Well, if that ain't wild, then I don't know what is. Let's go! This is awesome. All right, guys, we're going to be doing a team game play here for map 3 of ICYFAR. And hashtag YOLO, hashtag fight the power, says Slappy Farts. Now, Slappy Farts' teammate up here in the blue, it is Mio. So it's blue and red up against teal and purple in Optic Seagull and Ultralisk. Hashtag give it your all, says Slappy Farts. Tea time. Clan tea time. Optic Seagull says, that's right, you should live your life as you see fit at the cost of millions. What? Like Cersei Lannister, says Slappy Farts. I don't think that's how you spell Cersei. I've never read the books. I imagine that's how you spell Cersei though, right? I do like, sir? C? Mr. C? Hello? I don't know. Anyways, I look to see where this philosophical discussion does go. Remember, it's the momentum challenge that we're watching. Players meant to attack at least once every 3 minutes, and I bet you it's these 2 up here who sent the replay in, since they are so interesting. I dunno, says Optic Seagull. Isn't that classic? That's right, you should live your life as you see fit at the cost of millions, says Optic Seagull. And then Slifart's like, yeah, like Cersei Lannister, and just like, I don't know. As if not continue it. Do you even Game of Thrones, bro? Says Slappy Farts. So Protoss here, the Optic Seagull, is going for a 2-gate opening, but has forgot to mine gas. So Optic Seagull's build can best be described as utter trash, or more likely, I think the banter's gotten to him. Optic Seagull's like, sweet, we've got 2 gateways and a cyber core. Shit, I've just got my first 20 gas. I can't build anything with any of that. And is on 500 minerals and not building a Nexus. I've seen it. It took you that long to type, I've seen it? Slappy Farts just says, hashtag no regrets. Optic Seagull's opening is all over the shop. For some reason, it's building a third gateway right now as well. So Meo's going to come in with these two lings. This Zealot's chasing after them. So Meo, the first attack, a 2 Zergling poke. And it looks like they are going to run through the base, get a bit of a scout, and then get hunted down, sadly. Behind this, Meo's got a really quick second gas and a super fast lair. I think we're going to see mega fast mutas for Meo. Meanwhile, Slappy Farts, they're both going ling speed. Slappy Farts is just going also quick double gas. Are they all going to feed money to Meo to mass mutas? Oh, I think they might. I think from 4 minutes you can feed money. Oh, he triple expanded, says Optic Seagull. Oh, Slappy Fart's going for a quick third base as well. I like that. Just more production for your Zerglings. You know, it's not even a big thing. I mean, a Zerg taking a third hatchery doesn't really cost them much. They could still just mass lings off that, but are they going to try and punish it? Let's see. That Zergling sees that the teal team's going to come out, but he's going to be 1v2ing, I think. He's only got a couple Zealots walking across the map with him, so these Zerglings are going to go out, and they will run into 2 teams of Zerglings combining. Slappy Farts and Meo not working together, though. Meo abandons him and just fucks right off. Slappy Farts, thankfully, has ling speed finish in time. It does come. Here comes some punish, says Optic Seagull, but I don't think you guys are winning, are you? I don't know. There's some back and forth ling fights. A couple of Zealots coming behind this. Adepts are being built 3 at a time. Definitely good versus Zerglings, and chrono boosting probes behind this. 22 drones for Ultralisk, 21 for our blue Zerg Meo, and 26 for Slappy Farts. Now, wait. Slappy Farts and Meo are both going Spire? Oh my god, we are going to see some mass Mutalisk. Oh, these Adepts and Zealots getting surrounded here. Not a good move out from the Protoss player. The Zerg ally had Baneling tech, but didn't make any Banelings on the front. Only now makes them behind it. Oh my god. Oh shit. Optic Seagull. Sorry, what was that last comment? Yeah, here comes some punish. Oh, looks like you guys were baited in. That third, it was not droned at all. There's only one worker on it, but they felt they needed to go and punish it, not realizing it's basically just a production hatchery. And Meo has one as well. I like to imagine this is Meo Micah, though. It's clearly not, as Meo Micah is an incredibly good Vietnamese player, and I think would be playing a little higher APM. Oh my god, a Baneling and another 2 Banelings blow up all the lings in the middle of the map. Oh my god, well there goes their Zergling advantage. They are still snaking a few lings around the side for a bit of a run by this mass shield battery Adept here, but no real tech evolution until now. Optic Seagull starts a Robo. 5 meters building for both of these top left Zerg players, and with no Stargates, no Phoenix on the way, and our teal Zerg player still very low in the tech tree, just kind of making 2 baseling Bane. It looks like our top left team of red-blue is probably going to be well sorted to carry this out. You know what? We can defend and expand too, though, says Optic Seagull. So Optic Seagull is realizing that they actually could be expanding right now, but I think not realizing what the tech is behind this. Oh, the mutas have been spotted. Uh-oh, Ultralisk seeing the mutas is going to have a bit of panic, and how the hell do they ever defend this? How the hell do they ever defend this? I mean, what are you going to possibly do? Make some Stalkers? A Forge only now starting, Spores are starting, but like, if they go to the Protoss player right now, the Protoss player's got nothing that shoots up. It's a couple shield batteries, there's 1 sentry, I guess. The muta's dilly-dallying a little bit. Our red and blue team here. Oh, these guys are having a circle flap, as you guys can see. It's a circle flap, sorry, circle flap. We're not going for the throat just yet. Oh, look at that. The red mutas are following the blue mutas. Oh no! Oh no, the red mutas weren't being microed. So the blue mutas literally baited them in. They're all attacking the spores. Oh my god! This is the worst thing they could possibly do. They're attacking into Mass Spore Queen. Holy shit. They literally had game-winning tech, and they managed to find the one spot where they could not actually do anything, and they attacked and committed into it. Meanwhile, nothing has warped in that shoots... Okay, no, 4 Stalkers have warped in that shoots up. These mutas are going to try and dance around a little bit. Oh, but they're still headbutting into spores. Straight psychopaths, man. Oh my god. These mutas are just continuing to fight into spore crawlers in low and medium numbers. Oh, this is pure madness. Our top left two teams, I thought they were poised to take an epic advantage. They're both 3 base versus 2 base opponents. They're up in workers on the Zerg significantly, even with the Protoss. And they just threw away all of their tech unit advantage. Unfortunately for the bottom team, the Zerg player only on 2 base is trying to go Hydra Viper. Very good for countering mutas. Really bad economy though. But there's also Phoenix coming out, so they're both trying to counter mutas really hard. And there is no tech transition. Slappy Farts and Mio Mio are continuing to just build Mutalisks after showing mutas and then killing them all on the spores. This is the big brain sort of momentum play that I want to see. I want to see players continuing to mass mutas and just ram them in and get them killed. Why the hell not? Wait, cannons never went down. Aw, there's only 2 Phoenix out and photon cannons never went down. That's a shame. Okay, big round of Stalker Warpins. Okay, just a pylon. I guess that's okay. That hive getting dangerously close. The Lurkers will win any ground battle as well. We do see an infestation pit for Mio Mio, so maybe thinking about going to that next step. And both players, of course, if we look at the upgrade tab, we've got +1 attack for Mio, nothing for Slappy Farts. As Mio Mio gets an armor upgrade as well, a very rare upgrade for Mutalisks. Will help them survive for an extra blink of an eye against the Phoenix. Phoenix will still counter them pretty hard. And what is it? Just 2 Stargates, right? Some more pylons on the edge of the base getting taken out here. Slappy Farts is going to dive on in. A couple Hydras coming over. Shield batteries, of course, unable to heal Hydralisks, though. Where are the Phoenixes at? Phoenix can kick the shit out of these units as long as they micro. Now, does Optic Seagull know how to do that micro? Optic Seagull clearly does. There we go. Just... Oh, the mutas turn around and ambush him. You gotta have quick reactions. Quick reactions. Oh, no. Another 2 mutas go down on their own. Another 2 Phoenix, sorry. I can't believe this is working for these 2. Oh, man. Blinken +1 is on the way. I kind of feel like if Optic Seagull just got Phoenix range and just made like more Phoenix and micro them just right, could really do this, but it's very hard when you're this outnumbered with the Phoenix. When you don't have Phoenix range, the slightest mistakes get punished very hard. Now, the Zerg player here does have Hydras and has got double Evo, is going for Lurkers. Our bottom right team is going to need to be so efficient though, because just look at the economy of these top left teams. 57 and 51 drones versus 36 and 45. They are simply bigger. The problem, of course, for them is that they're building incredibly low quality units when it comes to frontal engagements. Look at that, finds the spores they're building. Oh, and look at this. Hydra Phoenix actually takes out a few of those Mutt-Mutts. Don't chase them down, Seagull. Oh, Seagull's very brave, but maybe not with a good reason. Ooh, there we go. Okay, as long as those mutas don't turn around, this could be big. But as soon as the mutas turn around, yeah, you got to get the hell out of there. Those Phoenix gonna back off for now, wisely. We do see an incredibly dangerous expand on the left of this map. You can see that there's all these areas down here, but you've got to mine these mineral paths out to open up all these bottom left areas and top right areas where you can expand to. Phoenix starting to pick off Overlords, but you don't want to get caught by those mutas. Every single Phoenix is so valuable. You can't be affording to lose your Phoenix. Oh my god, not again, Optic Seagull. Out on the map here. No. When you're out, okay, I get Phoenix counter mutas, but not when you're outnumbered like 10-1. You guys have got to go home. You're drunk. There's 8 Phoenix on the map. This is only 3 of them. Oh, now there's Corruptors coming out as well. Oof, forgetting the most important upgrade in terms of the fleet beacon. This muta doing quite well. A Viper building! Ultralisk has realized if I get a Viper, it'll mess them up. Okay, that's huge. But there's Corruptors already building for Mio Mio and Mass Ling Bane on the way here for Slappy Farts, who's going range upgrades rather than melee. You can see these 2 Zergs are going to go Mass Muta Ling Bane. They're going to start rolling around. Lurkers will mess up Ling Bane. Hydra Viper will mess up mutas. The Protoss player is on mostly Blink Stalkers, which will just provide a general meaty unit. Robo Bay, Templar Archives, mass cannons, and shield batteries to defend the mutas in the main base. Very cute. How is Ultralisk's Overlord still alive here, by the way? Do you guys see this? This is one of Ultralisk's Overlords. It's in the middle of their bases, and it's just there. Let's look at the other side. You see, the other side don't have any vision like that. But they have mined out the left, and they're starting to... Wait, how did they get drones down here? Did it run all the way through? I think it must have run down here. Oh my god, they did. At the top right of the map as well. Ultralist transition underway for Slappy Farts, who's going +2 range. You need melee upgrades, not range upgrades for Ultras and Zerglings and Banelings. What level is this replay? They're doing like really good play at some points, and then there's just like bizarre, hilarious things like making range upgrades with Ultras or running mutas into Spore Crawlers, which you can totally do. If there's one Spore and you got like 20 mutas, go for it. But otherwise, you should really always be thinking twice before engaging Spores with mutas, man. Alright, what do we got? So we got Corruptors on the way, Ultra Cavern. 2-2 for the Hydras is on the way. I mean, the supply is still so much lower for our bottom right. Oh, but don't get caught out there. No, Purple getting caught out on the map. Okay, the Banelings just roll into the store because the Phoenix are all fighting an Overseer. So not the greatest engage for the Protoss player who, funnily enough, is on mass Adept here. 10 Adept still in this army, but does end up winning there, but is out on their own. Oh, parasitic bombs! Parasitic bombs! The bees! The bees! Ow! Ow! Oh, 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 oh my god, it ran out with all of them on just a few hit points. Holy shit, talk about clumping up in parasitic bomb. That's a disaster. Meanwhile, it looks like the Phoenix are looking for those mutas. They're trying to pick them off. Remember, they don't have Phoenix range. Optic Seagull is trying to do some super hardcore micro here. It is going to actually get quite a few of these mutas. Oh, finally actually pulling off one of these really nicely. But without the Phoenix range, not quite as easy. And really is a massively hard thing to do. If you're not playing with instant reaction, it's so damn difficult. Corruptors are going to come over and deal with those Phoenix. Slappy Farts looking for him. Okay, Lurker, Hydra, Viper, but both armies are disjointed. Imagine if they clumped up together. Parasitic Bomb, plus Hydras, plus Lurkers, plus all this ground Protoss army. I feel like this bottom right team has a killing, game-winning army right now, but they're giving them time, and 10 Broodlords are morphing. Are there any Ultras out? 2 Ultras pop out. They're going to die pretty quickly, though. The first one goes down. Chitinous Plating isn't even done just yet. Red's going to run on back here with the mutas, but Parasitic Bombs! The bees! Oh my god, you barely even need them, and oh my god! Oh my god! Every single Mutalisk just went down. Hydras killing a base, killing the drones, killing the Overlords as well. They are smashing it right now. Do they have any more parasitic bombs, though? I think the Vipers tried to run home and got caught by these mutas. These Hydras need to fight. They need to turn and fight. Oh, they're not fighting. They're all in move command right now. Oh, they are going to take out a fair amount of these mutas. They're microing back so the Lurker can kill a lot of them. The purple player, Optic Seagull, is typing nice in the chat. And has just started a fleet beacon, so he's just thinking about getting Phoenix. But no upgrades. The Protoss player's army is really, it's like a single Colossus. Oh my god. The Zerg almost just 1v2'd them. Imagine if all these units were there. The Phoenix could have killed all the Broodlords. Optic Seagull, literally just watching neither of them signaling, not communicating at all, even with a random player. You think you'd see some signal markers on the minimap or something, right? Instead, Purple's just like, good job, buddy. Teal has no money. Teal hasn't even fully saturated the third base. The main's mined out, the natural's half mined out. Teal is not going to be able to rebuild that army very quickly. It's going to take a long time. There's 5 Vipers and 10 Hydras alive. Oh, more bees! More bees! Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Oh my god. Ow. Ow. Okay, actually doing a split. Look at that. Blue shows that blue does actually know how to spread the units out. Well done. Does save some of those units. So what do we got? Storm, +1 air attack, a carrier, a Colossus, a mothership. I am now renaming Optic Seagull person who has the box art in their mind permanent. This is the box art team game Purple Protoss. Honestly, Purple Protoss box art boy. Because what the hell? That's like one of every unit. Why are we making sentries right now? There's no way you're going to remember to Guardian Shield when the fight happens. There's no way. There's like 1,000 things to do. So meanwhile, Red Zerg is on mass Ultralisks with +1 carapace, and that's it. And he's making +3 range. And now he's making Hydras, but the Hydras don't have groove spines yet, or muscular augments. He's going to queue out one of them. So Red here is going all the wrong upgrades while making an otherwise fantastic army. Blue, on the other hand, actually has +2 melee for these Broodlords, which is fantastic. Makes them way more powerful and has Ultras of their own. So Ultra Broodlord, I mean, these are pretty straightforward units. You got a long-range siege unit, another one. Oh no, the drones get spotted. Uh-oh. And look at that. These units. Oh, just took down some rocks. Might have crushed some of his own units there as well, accidentally. Okay, here we go. Big attack on the right while those Hydras find that left base. Hydra Lurker, though, will repel. And that bottom left does get found. Uh-oh. Protoss is going to run away and try to join up now. There's not much meat in here. A couple Colossi, not the most useful. A few carriers are starting to come out, which is something. And that's a lot of Vipers. Now, Vipers are going to kill air units, right? Ultralisk says, let's go. So this time Ultralisk's like, okay, I'm not going to go on there. We've got Lurkers, you got Vipers, you got Corruptors. I mean, you can just abduct at the air units. It's just, how do you kill the ground? I don't think there's enough Lurkers or anything. And, oh no, Optic Seagull's base at the bottom left is getting hit. Saw the army going there. And it looks like they're just going to try to push across the map. Mio wisely disengages and says, okay, fighting 1v2, probably not the wisest. Those Broodlords could cause a problem now. Easily, Phoenix could take that out, right? There's so many Phoenix. There's not that many Corruptors. The Phoenix are going to annihilate that army. A few parasitic bombs go on the Broodlords. Don't need to throw so many. Throws like 5 parasitic bombs just to make sure they die with 1,000 Hornets fighting their faces off. On the other side, though, the Ultras are actually doing okay versus this army. Mama comes in, though, and they can't actually see them. But back on the other side, remember... Oh, the Lurkers! Ultralisk defending at home with the Lurkers like an absolute G. Just smashing, absolutely smashing. The Ultras running into the base, though. The Lurkers are going to burrow there. These guys going on across the map. Oh, these Colossus are going to get caught. If they choose to fight, those Colossus will go down. Meanwhile, the Ultras are up and into the main base. The Lurkers are trying to defend everything. They're doing a pretty good job of it. Is it enough, though? I don't know. This is absolute chaos. We've got Void Rays and Colossus being built for the Protoss Hydras for the Teal Zerg here, but they're going to die as they're popping. And then Mass Corruptor Hydra on the other side of the map. So these Lurkers are now going to start pushing back on up. They need to get back up here to save some of the Zerg's tech. Protoss player pushing forwards as well. We've only got a few Corruptors on the other side since all the Lurkers did pull back. The Lurkers are going to burrow there and start taking out some of these Ultras, so well done there. The Lurkers starting to finally clean this up. Purple player very slow to base trade. The Phoenix don't shoot down. It's all about taking out each other's bases, which, let's be real, is not happening just yet. All of Teal's Corruptors just got taken out. A big recall goes down. I don't know if that was necessary. These Ultras were getting chased out of this base. I think maybe he was in a killing position there. But look, it's left this base alive. Has left that base alive. This base alive. This base alive. These bases all out in the open, exposed, but still alive. And this is something which is going to allow blue and red once again, with their horrendous engagements and big gaps in their tech, to potentially rebuild faster than their opponents. I mean, yes, the purple player, the Protoss, has got a pretty big army now. It's got quite a few voids, a few carriers, but keep in mind, they don't have the greatest upgrades just yet. They've only got +1 flyer attacks. The air is +3 attack for red and +1/1 for blue. So, I mean, those Mass Corruptors are going to make mincemeat out of the carriers. And I don't know if there's enough other units to buffer. I guess with so many Phoenix, it'll be okay, but you can see that our bottom team here really taking their time, just looking for the right composition. Ultralisk's like, go, dude, we've got Lurkers, we've got Hydras, we've got Vipers. Vipers will destroy the Corruptors. As long as the Vipers can land parasitic bombs before all the air units. Optic Seagull, you gotta wait for the Vipers, dude. Oh, maybe going in a bit early, but actually there's not that many Corruptors here. Most of the Corruptors are coming from the right, and I think they're gonna do it. Ultralisk, look at the Vipers of Ultralisk, is gonna land big parasitic bombs on these guys. Oh, the Corruptors come in, they're so densely packed. Where are the parasitic bombs? Where are the parasitic bombs? Oh my god, they finally go down, as does a big juicy storm. Those Corruptors try to take out the carriers, but so many of them dying. Oh, these double Zerg players failing to make plays in the mid-game. And I'll tell you what, if you fail to make plays in the mid-game, you've got to really know how to use, like, Spellcaster, Broodlord, Lurker, that sort of stuff. And just smashing Ultra Corruptor into things is not going to work when you've got a player like this Ultralisk player who's just making Vipers over and over again so damned well. And I guess at this point, the Protoss is the one carrying in terms of supply. Ultralisk is almost completely broke. But our blue and red Zergs look like they're out of it. I mean, we've got some drones running around the map, some Corruptors, some Zerglings. If they were to win from here, I imagine it would have to be through a base trade. And yeah, I mean, if they built some Vipers, imagine Parasitic Bomb on these Phoenix and Void Rays. Oh, and he's going to reveal that there's a base down there as well. It's a big mistake. All of those go down. Purple's now going to go down there hungry. Ultralisk says, go, 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 go. Mass Viper, by the way, dude. Ultralisk has so few units and is like, yeah, we're pretty broke. We've got to keep playing. We've got to keep making plays. Oh, no lurkers, though. Those Hydras can get wrecked by those Zerglings. Zergling's going to annihilate that little clump of Hydras. Now, the Vipers will drop like 10... Parasitic Bombs don't stack! He just rapid fire cast 8 Parasitic Bombs. They don't stack! You just wasted all your energy. Now, when they run out, you can't finish them off. Oh my god! If you could drop one more now, you'd be able to kill them. Ah! Corruptor Viper chase scene. One of the silliest things. Thankfully, they get distracted by those. The Vipers get back behind the Spore Crawler. But what... If you want to throw 2 or 3 to make it hard for them to split, that's totally valid. But throwing 8 at once makes absolutely no sense. And look at this. They realize they're in big trouble. They're making Lurker Lings, and they're going for a base trade. Where are those Vipers? Where are they? They're up here now, sucking more energy. I think Protoss might just have to recall. I don't know if you can win otherwise. I think you're going to have to recall just because you're taking so long to kill these bases. And look at that, clumping. Oh, getting ready for a big old recall. But which base? Oh, it's down there. It's probably not the best base to be recalling to. Oh no, you're going to lose all your tech. All the tech's going to go down. Okay, the cannon battery in the top will keep some of the tech alive. That cannon's going to survive for a little while as well. And remember, this blue and red team, they still don't have much mining. They lost all their bases on the left of the map. They've only got a couple of bases mining in the top of the map now. These Corruptors are going to start getting gunned down. Those Lurkers starting to get taken out. Are they, though? Oh, there's no detection, actually. They were just shooting the Zerglings they could see. Going to clean all of this up. Now, Teal has almost no units. It's just the 5 Vipers at this point, which should absolutely just follow this army and make sure they support it. But I think, honestly, with this many Void Rays, does it even matter? I don't know if it does. You get a handful of 19 Corruptors, some Lings, some Lurkers. I think base trade round 2 has got to be the option for blue and red here as they try to drag this game back from the depths of despair into a decent situation. I really still think they could have won this game with mutas at the start if they actually just flew to the Protoss player's base. But the fact they dilly-dallied and threw all their mutas into spores, of course, lost them that advantage. I love that they both went hive tech and got better armies, but still using good Ling run-bys. Remember that this is the player who never got melees. These Zerglings nowhere near as powerful as they could be. The blue Zerglings that have +3. So these Zerglings are way more powerful. The red Zerglings are really budget. All those probes just mined that out. Zerglings looking for anything they can get, but they will eventually fall. But they're luring the army around, which is something. Oh, don't split the Void Rays off. Oh, that's so dangerous. This is so dangerous. Splitting all the Void Rays away is getting frustrated. These cannons will defend this, I believe. There's so many shield batteries there, I can't imagine they won't. And the Void Rays take out a base, but they use their prismatic alignment. Dude, the Corruptors can take them out as soon as the prismatic alignment's gone. Look, he signals. He signals there. He's saying, buddy, get the Void Rays. Get the Void Rays. He's saying, get the Void Rays. The Lings over there getting cleaned up by cannon battery. The static defense is doing its job. The Vipers are not with the Void Rays. The Void Rays being left in the open. Oh, I think the Corruptors maybe could have taken that trade. I think, especially with the 2-2 air upgrades versus +2. No prismatic alignment. I think you run in, you can snipe those. Oh, big mistake to let those escape, in my opinion. Optic Seagull now is starting to carry this game. It took a long time to get into proper Sky Toss, but now that they're there, it feels like the Zergs just don't really have a great answer. Massing Corruptors, Hydra Lurker as well, coming out of red. So at least finally using the upgrades. Oh, the Void Rays! The Void Rays! They got to just either stand and fight or recall. You're not going to get out of there. You don't have Flux Veins. Tries to recall, but has already lost 2 Void Rays. Make that 3. And almost loses a 4th as well. Vipers answer, though. The Vipers say, get out of here. Haha. Once again, they use all their energy, so they're not going to be able to follow it up. There's still one in the middle. There's still one in the middle. Oh, God, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage on those Corruptors. So those Vipers definitely doing a good job to keep back the air units. Oh, these Lurkers coming forward and getting shot. Alright, those Corruptors are way too weak. They can't fight right now. Storm, Void Rays. Oh my god, even without the Storm, like 5 Corruptors died just like that. And there's no way they can fight right now. Protoss could storm the shit out of that High Templar in range. Oh, storms his own units. Storms his own units. Panic Storm. Maybe clipped 1 or 2 Corruptors, but mostly hit his own units. Spines in the bottom left are going to defend these red Zerglings. Remember, those are the no attack upgrade Zerglings. Nowhere near as effective. That corruptor count just keeps getting squished. It's 22 corruptors. These players are just not doing enough good job of expanding. I think the red player taking some bases is good. If during all this movement, blue and red were retaking those bases on the left, I would believe. Without that, I don't know. Come in, they get a carrier. It looks like they might finally, with these supercharged blue Zerglings, be able to get in and actually start to kill things. Adrenal gland, +3. Oh, another round of parasitic bombs. A bit of a spready. Still taking a lot of damage, though. Oh, man, does lose quite a few of those corruptors. But the cannons are now gone. Phoenix picking up some of these units. Remember, the teal Zerg is mining almost nothing. Purple is down to just 108 supply. So it feels like some of these units must be getting picked off in these fights. And look at the rotate. Mio says, okay, you took this base out. The Zerg's going to rotate back to the top right. So Mio, and Slappy Farts. Remember, they started this game with some comments like #YOLO, #no regrets. And they are sticking true to that right now, aren't they? The Corruptors there turn around, take out a Phoenix. Oh, the Lings. If those Lings run into that base, it's toast, dude. Remember, these are those sick Adrenal Zerglings. Look at how much damage they do. That Nexus is gone. Oh, more Lings are rallying in. The Corruptors threatening, but not finding anything. The Lings keep getting F2'd out of here. Every single probe on that base just disappears. Red Zerglings run in. Almost get a Colossus while they're breaking the rocks, funnily enough. But look at that. There's a base up mining there. There's another base there. They've still got a tiny bit of minerals coming in for blue there. So Slappy Fart's re-expanding. A few Lings for Ultralisk, looking around, making sure they don't have hidden bases up. Now, how many High Templar do we have in this army? 3. There's 3 High Templar under there. Oh, not a bad storm. Not bad at all. Oh, that one was a little sloppy. But yeah, 7 Void Rays versus 22 Corruptors. I mean, Mio is trying to drag this out, but they're too damaged right now. Look at that. A few Corruptors are just dying. Oh, decent storm goes down. Just spamming a few too many. Those Vipers, where are the friendly Vipers as well? Can you imagine if there was just one Parasitic Bomb paired up with this? They arrive now. No point throwing spells now, though. They'll be ready for any remax of air units. But this Death Ball, dude, this little Protoss Death Ball, Void Rays for the Corruptors, a few carriers, and Storm for the ground. Just an Immortal and Archon in there. All these units surviving for such a long time. It's 21 kill Immortal. It's a 42 kill Archon. The Colossus is at 64 kills. The High Templar, 8 is at 1 kill. 7 kills and 0 kills. So the High Templar are not the most impressive of the pack. The Red Hit Point Void Ray is on 14 kills. Holy crap. And now look at this. Banelings and Zerglings are finding those top left bases. There's just no answer. You've had Parasitic Bomb landing on Protoss's air units. I think would have been a game changer. If that happened earlier in this game, you could tell that red and blue... Oh! Losing their last bits of economy, and as I was going to say, clearly not being players who know how to use those spellcasters. There's GM Zergs who've never built a spellcaster in their life. They always focus on the movement, on the early game, the mid game, running around their swarms of Zerg, and it feels like Slappy Farts and Mio fit into that category. They're trying to counterattack. The Lings come in again. The Lurkers come in and start breaking through that base. I mean, there's still not that many buildings, right? Our bottom team does not have that much static. These Lings could overwhelm. Remember, the power of 3-2 Adrenal Zerglings is insane. The Lurkers are taking out the cannons. They could slowly siege those cannons up there as well, assuming they have the range upgrade, which of course they do. I kind of said that expecting them not to actually have it, to be honest. Okay, there are some Banelings here, but will they micro properly? Unmicroed, they're all blowing up on individual Zerglings. They need to get in the juicy center. They blow up some of them. Okay, they will hold on here. But you know what? You can see the power of those Zerglings in the base trade. There's more Lings coming across. I do think if Slippy Farts had melee upgrades, this game would have been over a while ago. I think Slippy Farts would have had so many successful Ling run bys by now. It would have been a game changer. It looks like the Void Rays and the Archon managed to clean up the Lurkers in the base. Blue has left the game. Mio's given up. Mio's out of money. Slappy Farts has got 6,000 minerals and no melee upgrades and hasn't been sharing it with Mio. No! Imagine! I didn't even realize Slappy Farts has 5,000 minerals. Imagine if Slappy Farts shared the money with Mio and Mio was actually building well-upgraded Zerglings. It's 4 Zerglings for every 100 minerals. That's 200 Zerglings in that bank, which is enough to, at the very least, force a recall, potentially straight up win a base trade. Potentially straight up win a base trade. Slappy Farts didn't share. To be fair, the teamwork in this 2v2 I'm quite sure this is random teams because it's been pretty haphazard, right? The Zerg players both went Mutalisks into Lingbane Ultra. So they both went the same unit set that's counted by the same things. And then Slappy Farts made the wrong upgrades from that unit set and then had all this money but didn't share it. Oh my god, I can't believe it. So silly, dude. So Ultralisk is still down here just trying to build spines to secure these bases, using some Zerglings and Banelings, like slowly rebuilding off this 20 drone economy. Keep in mind that Purple only has a 3 probe economy. He's taking out the tech. And, okay. So Slappy Farts has grabbed Meow's drones now that he's in control of them and is throwing them across the map. There are Void Rays at home as well as some Archons though. Can you tell these to mine? Pretty sure they have to return to their own hatchery, right? I don't think they can mine from a base and return to your hatchery, even though the money is shared. Okay. Oh, Void Ray's coming in there. He's trying to rebuild a spawning pool there for the blue Zerg player. Slappy Farts is going to lose that hatchery. Well, engaging through Spore Field's not the best idea, Optic Seagull. You know what? Optic Seagull's out of money. And this Spore is actually killing Interceptors, right? Or it might start killing some. So every time you see them engage into Spores and bleed out Void Rays or Interceptors, it's really hard to replace them. Slappy Farts has so many minerals. Slappy Farts may actually be able to maybe win this game. One Muta goes after the Vipers. Oh, if he finally killed those, that would have been so good. Those Vipers have been a thorn in their sides. I love that Slappy Farts, 33 minutes into this game, says, you know what? Let's go back to new favorite comp, Mutas and Zerglings. Oh, it's going to take this base out. That's something. Now, these Vipers are taking damage from that one Muta, but they're going to come over here and drop parasitic bombs, so prepare yourself, guys. Bees! Oh my god. 3 parasitic bombs go down. Now, the Vipers are going to pay the price for that. They will pay a price for that. But most of those Mutas get all down to 1 hit point. Of course, with the regen, though. Oh, those Mutas flying into a Spore. They do get 2 Vipers. Not enough to win the game. It's mass Spore down here. It's just going to use Meow's drones to build Spores. Built a spawning pool just to mass spines and Spores. And it's just going to try and keep doing whatever can be done to base trade. And that base will go down. If Slappy Farts wins this game, I mean, this truly will be the psychological impact on Optic Seagull and Ultralisk. Will be as if your friend just did a sloppy fart on your pillow while you're lying on it. The middle of the night, you wake up to just right on your face. I mean, that would be terrible. 2 Immortals up here for Optic Seagull, clearing that base out. Spy is slowly rebuilding. Ah, Ultralisk has Zerglings. There's a few spines. I don't think they can deal with those Zerglings though, right? These teal Zerglings do have only +1 melee. And I think, finally, we're going to see Ultralisk and Optic Seagull win. Let's look at the units lost tab, by the way. Our red and blue Zergs have lost a combined total of 125,000 resources. Their opponents have only lost 69,000. It's almost 2-to-1 inefficiency. Optic Seagull is throwing Archons into Spine Crawlers one at a time. That's not wise. They're gonna smash Banelings into the static D. Oh, this is kind of their last money, though. Remember, the Optic Seagull doesn't have minerals to rebuild Interceptors. And these Immortals are doing good, but there's a whole 14 Corruptors building right now. They don't want to fight on their own, though. Those Corruptors can go around and get to the Spores, wait for the enemy to attack into it, and then fight. This could work. Now, what have we got here? We've got 4 spines. The Banelings aren't going to be able to kill all 4 spines because they're all spread out. The Immortals and the Archons could do that and just win the game right now. They absolutely could. There's another hatchery building up here, which makes no sense. There's only 600 minerals there. It's not worth spending 300 minerals to mine 600. Oh, a few of these Corruptors went down. 4 Corruptors died on the way past. I don't know what they're trying to do there. Oh, is wanting to take out the Colossus. No, run. That's way too expensive. 6 Corruptors go down. The Banelings are running around. They click on the lair, but they don't quite kill it. They get it to 30 hit points. They don't kill it. All the spines and spores are still standing. I think they think that's the last hatch. But I guess it is the second last hatch because of this one. Slappy Farts is finally going to throw in the towel. He said, okay, I'm broke, actually. I am out of money. What the hell? GG. Well bloody played. I feel so intimidated by the chaos in this game that I went fully flaccid. Did you see my hair was like, you know, it was super. What the fudge? Units lost count. Enjoy that. The Phoenix that never counted the mutas effectively. The Vipers, the 7 Vipers that probably killed 400 mutas, 400 corruptors in that game. The 12 Lurkers that killed about 1,000 Lings and Ultras. Shout out to Ultralisk especially. I think the Lurker and Viper, they killed so much. Those 19 units, those really high-tech, well-used units, just game enders. Absolute destroyer of worlds quality shit. I can't even believe what I just watched, guys. Thank you so much for the love, the support here. This was a super long ICYFAR. Thank you very much for tuning in for the whole thing as we continue to do these straight for YouTube for the next month or so and see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts on the upcoming challenge, and remember to get your replays in for the I Do What I Want challenge, where you use units at the time in the game when they're not supposed to be used. Big thanks, Maxan, Colonel SC, and of course, the big old Leviathan, Vivek. Thank you for the love, guys. Check out the Patreon. Links in the description. We'll see you in the next episode of ICYFAR. Goodbye and good night.